Hello, everyone, and
Hello.
welcome to the Year 6 Season 3 live stream. My name is Daria, and today with me is Yannick. I don't know why we keep introducing ourselves, because nothing really changes, but if you forgot who we are, I'm Daria and this is Yannick. Do not mistake us,
Hi.
even though the glasses are the same.
I was concerned for a moment because you said welcome to the, and then you had a small hesitation. And I thought you were going to come up with like a number, welcome to the 37th live stream on the Division 2 or something like that. And
Are we counting? Is
I
anyone
don't know,
counting?
that's what was going on through my mind when you did that, but no. It was just
Maybe
year
that's
6
the
season 3.
anniversary live stream for all I know. I don't know. Let's think that it is.
Someone please actually count and tell us how many streams we've done on Division 2.
Yeah, that would be. You will get something nice out of us if that's correct, but we won't be able to prove that anyway. Just throwing things out here. But yeah, welcome again. If you had a chance to watch the PTS live stream that we had a few weeks back, you probably can already tell what sort of topics we're going to talk about. But if this is your first Year 6 Season 3 live stream, this is a quick rundown of things that we're going to show and talk about today. So, of course, we'll talk about the new season itself, about the manhunt. We'll show the trailer for the new season. You already had a chance to have a sneak peek at the key art with our favorite girl, Kelso. Aside from the season itself, we'll talk about PTS changes that followed, and some of the changes you will be already able to see them for yourself tomorrow, because release for the current season is planned for tomorrow, for 25th. We'll also talk about new gear, about new modifiers for this season, and share some things that are coming throughout the season. Twitch drops, our plans for the anniversary, some events, and more. Of course, in the end, we will be happy to answer questions from the chat. So our community managers are available to collect those questions, and we will look at the pre-collected list first. And of course, afterwards, we'll have time. George will bring us a tablet, so we'll have a chance to look at the chat. Because in this studio where we're sitting right now, we unfortunately do not have a possibility to read through the chat, unlike our PTS studio. So, yeah.
There's a lot to talk about, and there's a lot coming. It's going to be a busy couple of months with this season, so exciting.
First busy couple of minutes for us. But let's look at the seasonal trailer first.
They never did anything she didn't truly believe was the right thing to do.
She figured out what was really going on, and she tried to warn us. She tried to give us an ally.
Kelso has seen the light. I hope you will too.
She tried to warn us. But we didn't get the message.
So the cat is out of the box.
Woohoo!
Should I say Kelso is out of the
Cat
van?
is out of the Kelso is out of the van, finally. Yes, it's about Kelso. We are finally gonna, hopefully, get a few answers. As you know, this year we've been trying to collect all the people that were in that van at the end of Year 5, Season 3. We got Keener, we got Theo. Where the hell is Kelso, and what has she been up to? That's what this season is about.
Yeah, we decided specifically for this stream to not talk about it in detail, to kind of, you know, shroud everything in mystery, because this is what this entire season is about, right? What is the truth? What are we looking for? So this is for you guys to unravel and for us as well. I mean, I'm sad that I already spoiled it to myself, but
Don't have a choice.
yeah, unfortunately. But let's not dwell on that. We're gonna have a few months ahead of us to get into all the story details and see for ourselves what Kelso's been up to and where she is at right now. And let's talk about another big thing that this season is bringing, an array of new modifiers. Because with the Seasons 2.0 update, as you know, now every season comes with a new set of modifiers, a new theme for the season, and this seasonal theme is aggressive combat, I would say.
Yeah, it's all about the global modifier that is called Rogue Momentum. And once again, to clarify for the people that haven't been following, this new set of modifier completely replaces the one you've seen this season. So let's say goodbye to the range theme. Now it's time for the aggressive theme. And the idea with Rogue Momentum is that the more aggressive you play, the more momentum you build up. And as that momentum builds up, you get powered up. So it's just a way to reward this kind of play style of like really running to the face of the NPCs and destroying them as fast as you can. When you achieve special feats in how you get rid of them by explosive kills or group kills or these kind of things, you're going to get more momentum. So it's really about trying to play aggressive but still be mindful of the way you're playing to try to maximize the gain, the momentum of or the gain of momentum. So there's a lot of intricacies in this, but overall it's really just all about running around and destroying things as fast as possible, which is a lot of fun.
Yeah, in the first bits of this video, I know it's on repeat, so you will be able to see it again, unless you already had a chance to experience on the PTS, so here it is. So here is a list of bonuses that you can see, and it's actually the 5 tiers that the Rogue Momentum comes with. And as Yannick mentioned, you will be able to build up and actually become more powerful by filling out this gauge.
Mm-hmm. So it's really about RPM, damage, all of that, and then in the modifiers, the active and passive modifiers. So we're going to give you active modifiers that kind of play around with the idea of momentum. One of them maxes out the momentum, one of them pauses the momentum gain. And then with the passive modifiers here, it's a bit more about skills and how do your skills actually benefit from this mechanic. So it's really not just really purely a damage and DPS mindset. There's also, skills are also taken into account here, and there's some potentially really fun combos you can build.
Yeah, and also talking about the passive, active, and the main global modifier, we need to mention the hostile modifier as well.
Yeah. So with this one, we took a bit of I would say a more straightforward approach. In season 2, we had a set of modifiers, so each one with different effects for the NPCs, and you had to identify who had what. And that was fun for that season, but for season 3, we wanted to have something a bit, as I said, a bit more straightforward. So now there is one modifier. And basically this modifier is called Frenzy, and it's going to scale depending on how far in your season progression you are. So the further you advance, the more impactful it gets. And that modifier is basically a boost to the NPCs. So as you can see here on screen, depending on your chapter in the season journey progression, the bonus is going to increase, bonus to rate of fire, to the health regen of the NPCs and all of that. So it's really about, once again, identifying the right targets and really just trying to match the NPCs to your power gain as well, so they can still pack a punch against you.
Yeah, and what's interesting about the global modifier this season, from what you just saw on the screen, that pretty much all the active modifiers, almost all passive modifiers, they contribute towards gaining the momentum and keeping the gauge filled.
Yeah.
But also you need to be aware of the fact that it will deplete over time. And of course, there are ways to stop the decay. For example, you can sprint, which would also allow you to be more active out there, out of the cover, be more aggressive towards enemies, put yourself out there.
Yeah.
So yeah, be careful. You just need to make sure that momentum not fades away, and when basically the more damage you're going to be dealing, the more prominent it's going to be, the effects of the momentum itself.
Just shoot things and you'll be fine.
Yeah, this is pretty much what I was trying to say. Okay, but there were also some changes to the season itself. And yeah, I was told that we're not showing the notes because apparently people are trying to zoom in too much. But pretty much whatever we have here, it's either something that you guys are going to see in the patch notes later. And it's just for us to not to forget all the values and all the changes that followed after the PTS. But talking about Seasons 2.0 improvements, and since we started with the Seasons 2.0, I think let's talk about the modifiers and changes that followed.
Yeah, so I think it's super cool now because last season 2 was the first time we finally released Seasons 2.0. We had been talking about it for some time. We've tested it on the PTS, and we've been working on it for a while, but it's finally the ultimate test is actually to put it on the game and get feedback in the proper live environment, and that's what we got. So now we have 1 season's worth of feedback and learnings from that new model, and I remember saying back then, this is the first iteration, so it's a new foundation, and then things are going to evolve. So we're starting to enter in that phase now, where we have our first new set of modifiers, which is okay. Let's see how far we can push things in each direction with this kind of gameplay propositions, and then let's also see what kind of improvements we can make to the systems themselves. So with this season now, and based on kind of some feedback we've seen, is what we wanted to do with the modifiers is to actually make it the path to progression, make that a bit clearer, because we had modifiers that were kind of like spread in different directions on how do you unlock them. So one change we decided to do in this with this season is to actually refocus the acquisition of the modifiers with the season journey, or reconnect it to the season journey. So now you're going to unlock your active and your passive modifiers as you progress on the season journey. And no longer what we had now in the previous season, which was active on the season journey and passives on the priority objectives. So now priority objectives are all about seasonal XP gain and extra rewards, but the modifiers are all about the season journey. So you will see in the season journey, you will see more objectives that are based on the use of the modifier, because we really want this now to be about turn on the modifier, complete the objectives of the season journey, unlock more modifiers, play with them, keep progressing the season journey, and unlock more of them. And of course, now also with this season, we're bringing one of the most requested thing we've seen in terms of the modifier, and why would I actually play with the modifier on? So now you will actually get a boost or a bonus, an XP bonus for playing with the modifier. So that's something also that I know a lot of players were asking for, because we went into the previous season with the idea of like, it's your choice. You decide if you want to or not. But then some people felt like they were not being rewarded for actually choosing to play with the modifier. So we've decided to adjust that. It's still your choice, but if you play with modifiers, you're going to get more season XP.
Yeah, and also thanks to our community team for helping me arrange the notes. The bonus, the season pass XP that you're gonna get by playing with the seasonal modifiers is also gonna stack with the progression boost that is granted to all season pass holders. So that's a significant change compared to the previous season.
Yeah.
And talking about priority objectives, also a few changes coming to them as well. First of all, the reroll bar that's gonna help replenish the rerolls for free every 24 hours. And also some of the objectives that followed by your feedback that a lot of you guys said it was hard to get by or really hard to track were removed from the list of the priority objectives. For example, Warhound Convoy, Elite Resource Convoy, and Territory Control. So that is no longer going to be a hindrance.
And there's a bunch of small improvements like that. We also improved the triggering of the active modifiers. I go back to modifiers, but because that was one of the things that we saw a lot with the previous season as well. But like you actually had to aim down sight and like aim at a target to be able to trigger the modifiers, the actives. So now that's not the case anymore. Now you can do that without having to aim. So that's a big improvement as well. And we are trying to make it a bit clearer overall with the active modifiers, like the cooldown, how long have they been running, and the effects they have, and all this kind of thing. So as I said, these are iterations. This is the only our second season under this new model, so we're going to keep improving. So please keep the feedback coming, so we can keep moving forward with this. But I'm super happy to see the model evolve and just thinking where it could go is a lot of fun.
The baseline is that the usage of modifiers should be much more streamlined now. You will get access to them very early on during your seasonal journey, and also extra XP. That is fun. It's just pure fun.
Yes. Talking of XP, I think one change we can mention as well is the fact that we have redistributed the season XP, and the season XP is what allows you to progress your season pass rewards. And so now we brought back season XP on most activities in the game. So now you are able to play whatever you want and still get XP for that. So as opposed to what we had in this season, where you had to play the activities we were pointing you towards, the journey or the priority objectives. Now you also get XP by just completing missions or open world activities or all of that. So it's really back to closer to the way it used to be, where the world is your oyster. You do what you want.
Yeah, countdown, conflict, main missions, dark zone. Yeah, everything's going to count toward the seasonal pass XP.
What else do we have in here?
Oh, we apparently also had the changes to the seasonal journey.
Yes.
But it should be pretty obvious from this video as well, the changes coming with it.
Yeah, we also have more granular rewards. You'll see that we have XP progression connected to every objective now. So it's the same, like just doing objectives will contribute to your season progression. One change you'll notice here is that you see we have both Chapter 1 and Chapter 3 unlocked. So what we're going to do is, if you're level 40, you can start at Chapter 3 directly. You don't have to do Chapter 1 and 2. Chapter 1 and 2 are filled with objectives that are a bit more catered towards new characters or new players. So these are a bit more like the more simple things we had, like buy an item from the vendor or deconstruct an item or these kind of things. We don't want to force you to have to go through that again, because it's not super interesting when you're level 40. You've done that a few times. So when you're level 40 now, you can directly fast track to Chapter 3 and start from Chapter 3, because this is where the modifier gameplay really comes into play. So don't be surprised if you see both 1 and 3. You can start at 3. 1 and 2 are optional. You can do them, of course, for more XP, but you don't have to.
And since we started talking about modifiers and seasonal journey, and I promised that we were also going to mention the changes following the PTS,
Yes.
and we have a pretty hefty list of those
Yeah.
changes. So let's start with momentum itself, the global modifier. You want to?
Well, just
Go.
one high-level intention, but based on the feedback we got on the momentum itself, on the rogue momentum, was the fact that it was a lot of fun, but it was almost too generous in especially the acquisition part. We've just talked about in the introduction here. We said, okay, you have to gain momentum, and you can also lose momentum based on the NPCs and what you do. And so we've made a few changes to try to make that a bit more tactical. So you really need to now identify the targets, really try to play with the blacklisted targets, which are the ones that give you more momentum, but they can actually take away your momentum if they shoot you. So basically what this means is that we've reduced the overall gain that you get by just killing NPCs. You still get some, but you're going to get less. And therefore you really need to identify the blacklisted targets and try to do more of those explosive kills and the ones that give you really a big boost of momentum. This is what you need to do to really gain that momentum. But therefore, in return, what we're going to do is that there is now a timer or a delay before you start losing momentum. So once even if you don't necessarily gain new momentum, you're not going to start going down immediately. There's going to be a timer of, I'm looking at my notes because I don't remember, 3 seconds before the decay starts. So once again, it's just a bit more work to actually gain the momentum, but therefore you keep it longer. It's kind of the general idea here. So overall, still the same. We haven't changed the values. So it's still the same as those of you who played on the PTS experienced. But that being said, therefore, it's just, that small tactical approach. But once you got it, you get to enjoy it a bit longer.
Yeah, and before we continue, I would actually have to ask George to come here in the studio and help us turn on the screen, because it's just...
We've lost
Yes.
the feedback TV.
We lost the visuals.
So we don't see ourselves anymore.
But while we're waiting for George, looking through the list, I think we also need to mention the hostile modifier as well, because, for example, HP and armor again will be reduced for all tiers on frenzied animals because they were too overpowered during the PTS.
Yeah, that's one feedback we got on the frenzied enemies as well. But they were maybe a bit too punishing. So they've been the frenzy buff has been nerfed a bit. So overall, it's going to be a bit more forgiving, less now. That being said, on the other hand, the blacklisted enemies, which are those that are marked that give you extra momentum when you kill them, but if they shoot you, you lose momentum. Those are more punishing, not in power, but in how much momentum you lose. So once again, it's a bit of a balance exercise here, but overall, it's really, again, to kind of try to make you prioritize targets in a bit of a different way compared to what you're used to. But the baseline, the frenzy hostile modifier, that one has been toned down a bit.
Yep. Thank you so much for capturing all the essentials out of the big entire list. But as usual, the breakdown is going to be available in the patch notes.
There's more.
There's more. Yeah,
there's more.
We're not showing, but it's flips out for more additional information.
Yes.
Yannick just has the talent for summarizing everything and wording it properly so everyone, even me, can understand. But that's not it. Aside from the PTS changes and new modifiers and new seasonal story, there are other exciting things that are coming to all of us this season, and some of you had a chance to experience that during the PTS, and I myself was very happy about this change. And I'm talking about the stash space increase.
Oh yeah.
Yay! I honestly thought about the live stream that it would be so nice to come in the t-shirt that just says stash space increase.
one of us could have like stash space increase and the other one would be like still more stash space. But yes, there will be more stash space for hopefully most of you. So what we are doing with this season is that we've added a total of 100 extra slots to the stash, but there's a but. It's basically 50 extra stash space if you own Warlords of New York and 50 if you own the year one pass that was released when the game launched and is still available. So it's connected to those ownerships. If you own both of them, as probably a vast majority of you do, you gain 100 extra space.
Yeah, and also additional space will be available for hardcore characters as well.
Yeah, that also gets reflected on hardcore, so it's more stash space for your hardcore characters as well.
And just to clarify, because there were questions after the announcement during the PTS stream, you don't need to buy it additionally. So if you already own Warlords of New York or Year 1 Pass, that's going to be granted to you automatically.
Yeah, it's not an extra purchase. If you own those packs, you get it.
And now we can move on to seasonal gear, because there's also a few cards and a list of things for us to cover. And I want us to start with the Oxpecker. This is a new exotic SMG with a very peculiar design. Why you're laughing? I didn't mean it as a bad thing.
It's the way you say it. I'm like, okay, Daria's not convinced.
No, I love it. I love how
it's a lot of fun to play with, and this is a shield build SMG. It's really embracing that fantasy. So it's one that basically depletes your shield, but you can heal your shield by damaging NPCs. So it's really it's really for those tanky in-your-face shield builds, and I'm trying to see what changes did we make to it. We've one change we've made to it. We didn't really change much to that. Honestly, you'll see from PTS we haven't really made drastic changes on any of the gear. No nerfs. But one change we've made is one mod was that was plus 15% headshot damage has now become plus 10 rounds. So the idea is bigger max size, less reloads, which was one of the feedback we got on PTS, that people tended to die maybe too often because they had to reload and therefore they couldn't regenerate their shield. So now you have bigger max size and hopefully have a less need to reload your weapon.
I'm mesmerized.
Yeah. Some just one note, because I think it's important to say, but I don't know if that's the case here. I don't remember, but some of the gameplay footage we have here is
from the PTS, so
it's dated, so it might not reflect the right values.
Yeah, but it's basically just to demonstrate how it works together with the shield.
Yeah. Look at that shield going out, nice.
Moving on to Exotus gloves.
Yep.
Very interesting gloves that gonna have different talent based on PvE or PvP and the usage of it. But in both cases, you will be able to drop a smoke bomb at your feet, either to conceal yourself from the enemies for 3 seconds. Yes, 3 seconds. I actually don't know if that was changed, but let me find this card. No, that was not changed. That was the other thing. And in PvP, same thing, but you will receive 100% pulse resistance and hide your nameplate for 2 seconds.
Yeah. And here are a couple changes from PTS. We think it's fun. It's really fun to have this like smoke bomb drop, and I think it's going to create some really interesting opportunities. Having 3 seconds of immunity is it's actually really, really cool, and it can make a huge difference. Some feedback we got was on the core being blue, and some people questioned that. So the mindset we've taken in adjusting this one is we've made it more DPS friendly, basically. So the core from blue is now red, and also the attributes used to be crit chance and hazard protection, and now it's crit chance and crit damage. So you can do more damage from those smoke or from being hidden in those smoke bombs.
Yeah, and also we have a new gear set called Refactor. And there were a few changes as well. It will now provide bonus armor, the backpack talent, up to 80% to your total armor. So it was actually increased twice because initially during the PTS it was at 40%.
Yes.
Also chest piece, 50% repairs to yourself, and 20% repairs to allies. Can you spot anything else? PvP.
No, I'm trying to look at the notes, but yeah. Again, no major changes, just some tweaks here and there. So it looks gorgeous.
I also love that this guy reminds me of some villain from Batman universe.
Okay.
No? There was this guy with a mask and he was bald.
Not a Batman guy.
But aside from the gear set, we also have the Shiny Monkey brand set. I don't think that there were any changes that actually followed after the PTS. I might be wrong. If I'm wrong, everything's going to be listed in the patch notes. Yeah, here it is. But this one has the yellow core from what I remember.
Yeah, it's yellow.
It does.
Yeah, this is to go with skills and skill builds, right? I mean, there is a even though the global modifier is about damage and aggressive gameplay, there is actually a bit of a focus on skill builds with this update. So we wanted another yellow brand set to go with those.
So also ties in nicely to the modifier of the season.
Yeah.
No need to screenshot anything because chances are tomorrow the values are going to be different. And once again, a reminder that all this footage was made during or after the PTS, so it might not reflect the values that you're going to see tomorrow after the release.
Yes, it's all going to be there tomorrow anyway. So, and if you're a content creator, you know all of that already, except the changes maybe, but otherwise you know what are the new things coming with this season.
But also about the changes, the patch notes are going to be released right after the stream. So you will have this information maybe like in 40 minutes, 1 hour max. So not a long wait.
Yes.
But we're moving on because there are some other things that are going to happen throughout the season that we want to talk about. Oh, and yes, see, Dory reminded us about the one of the most important exotics that we absolutely forgot to mention. That is actually my bad because I already removed these cards. So yeah, Birdie's quick fix, and if we can have the footage, you can see that it has this really nice animation. Also reminds me of one robot from Star Wars. But this
just want to give it a name. That's it. Right?
Yes, but I don't know if maybe we are under copyright. I don't know. Maybe we cannot mention that. But
right, you can name your backpack the way you want. It's your fantasy.
Yeah, but doesn't matter. So this is the third exotic of the season that will be available through the Climax mission.
Yes.
And the requirement is that it's 100% chance guaranteed drop if you beat the master difficulty, but you can also get it from beating any other difficulty. It's just the percentage is much lower. And if I remember correctly, this is actually something that we're going to list in the patch notes where people can see what the percentage looks like based on different difficulties. So if for some reason you cannot beat master, and I myself for sure would struggle with that, I know, there is still hope.
Yeah, And there's a few tweaks we've made. So this one is really about revives, and it's all for team play to when you help revive another player, which is situational, but it can be really useful in some of the tough content we have. A couple mentions of things that have changed. The revive speed is actually plus 100% now. And I think one bigger change we've made, that was from PTS feedback, is it also works with the Hive now. So a Hive revive will also be boosted by it.
Once again, making the notes and forgetting to mention important things. So I want to say let's move to events now, but I'm waiting for the no, season pass. Oh, surprise. I'm so bad with arranging my notes. I mean, let's talk about season pass. There is a lot of exciting things there as well, and George actually prepared a nice clip for us to look at some of the things that you will be able to get through the season pass. Yeah, so these things are going to be available on the premium track, together with 9 gear dice, 9 weapon skins, 2 outfits, and 2 prestige arm patches. And you actually saw the 3 outfits on the video right now. It's because one of the outfits and one of the weapon skins are going to be available for free. So you do not necessarily need a premium pass to enjoy nice cosmetics. And once again, following the previous season's improvement, 600 premium credits also going to be available for all season pass owners.
There's a really cool detail for people who pay attention here. Right there.
Goggles.
So that's a small nerdy detail, but that's a change that you see with those outfits. If you look at those face masks that have those night goggles, the goggles actually go down when it's nighttime, and they go up when it's daytime.
Yeah, and also you can get inside of the building where it's dark, and it would activate as well.
So all kudos to the art team on achieving that feat.
There are a lot of really nice weapon skins available this time around as well.
Yeah, new colors. Oh, that green was nice.
I mean, of course, not everything is here in the video. It's just an example of what's coming.
Yep.
And this guy again, bold with the mask. Like, I need to remember the name of it.
This Bane you're talking about?
Yes, thank you.
Okay,
I've
seen the movies at least, but as far as my Batman lore goes.
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty much what I know about this universe. But he does look like this guy, right? He has this like aura about him.
A bald dude with a mask, yeah.
Yeah. So maybe whoever was working on this asset had him as a reference in mind.
I don't know.
Events, finally! Yay! Thank you. So, events. I don't know how much spoilers I can give out. Probably 0. But this time around, we want to have for the first time ever April's full day event, and I would not really go into detail and describe how it's going to work, but just be warned, be prepared that something like that is coming very soon. And aside from April's full, we also going to have an array of different micro and global events. And as you can see, there are a few new things on the list here. For example, Shepherd XP event. And this is where you're going to get XP boost by responding to distress calls from other agents.
Yeah, we have a bunch of new ones. So we've been experimenting with this kind of events, as you know. We've had a XP boost event. We did the first expertise or proficiency event at the end of last season. We did a season pass XP event. So now we've been working on implementing new ones, new types of events as well, just to really try to give life to the game and really bring this idea of like when you log into the game, you can look and see what's happening, what's fresh, what should I be doing. So as Taya said, we have a Shepherd XP event. I think we have Dark Zone XP event. There's a few new type of events that we're bringing, and we will do more of those. And really, it's just really to get that sense of every week there's something different. We also have the global events in that mix. We have more bespoke ones with like Easter and all that. So it's really just it's just a bit more fun. All those moments of fun when you log back into the game and you're like, oh, there's a cool thing happening.
Yep, and also to mention, aside from Dark Zone and Shepherd, there is also one going to be for Clan XP as well. I don't know if that's that's on the list here.
Listed here.
And yeah, Easter one, it's most likely going to be the project chain, where you would be able to get the named weapon and a skin. I do not really have all the details right now, but it's definitely a lot of seasonal things are planned for the upcoming few months.
Yes. I promise we are not just doing events, we're working on other things too. But events are cool.
Okay, it was such an unexpected plug-in. I mean,
I don't know. It's just I can imagine people being like, oh, they just talk about events. Yeah, events are cool.
I mean, especially the Easter one in April's Fool. I'm excited. Can we get the bunny ears on the agents?
Why are you looking at me?
I don't know. Who's approving
Is
that?
that an official request?
But I also mentioned that this time around we're going to have Twitch drops, and it's actually going to happen quite soon. Not tomorrow, a little bit later, because we wanted the Twitch drops to start in March to celebrate, first of all, the expansion anniversary, and then of course the main game anniversary.
Yes.
So this is what you're going to have starting on March 3rd and ending on March 17th. You're going to have 2 weeks with different options to earn every week, depending on how long you're going to be watching the live streams. And of course, feel free to follow our content creators, because there are a lot of passionate individuals who are putting a lot of time and effort into delivering content to you. And I'm sure that a lot of them are going to be reviewing this very stream. Once we're done, maybe they're already doing it. And of course, after the release itself, there are going to be a lot of things to watch and discuss with your favorite streamers. So just pay attention, and these are the nice things that you will be able to earn. And actually, talking about the anniversary, because it's March. And every year we get so surprised that it's another anniversary. Yay, this time around we're going to be celebrating the 6th anniversary. Can you imagine? Can you believe? It's really amazing.
You know what we're also celebrating in a week from now? My 10 years anniversary at Massive.
So it should be an extra round.
Where's the event for that?
Everyone gets the beard. You would be the one against that. So this is why we're not doing it. But maybe we'll buy you a cake.
Thank you.
A super tiny one. This is what we do.
Let's talk about the game anniversary, the one people care about.
So yeah, we agreed that we're buying a small cake for Yannick, but unfortunately we cannot buy a cake for all of you. I mean, I'd love to, honestly, but it's just impossible because you guys live all over the world. So we found...
It would be a lot of cosmetics for us to be able to pay for that.
Yes, but we prepared a nice present anyway. We managed to find a... No, it's actually, I would love for Dory to show it to us. Ta-da! Shade backpack. So what's peculiar about this specific backpack is that you're going to be able to showcase your shade level on this small monitor that you have on the backpack.
Yes. Yes, that screen updates dynamically and is going to show your shade level. So that's a pretty cool new piece of tech that we're also playing around with.
And that's the item that's going to be granted to everyone for free. So be on the lookout. There is a specific date, of course, we have in mind, but I would not reveal it just yet. So it's going to be a nice surprise. But sometime in the middle of March, it's good to log into the game and be aware. of course, more information
We'll
is
tell you.
coming soon. Yeah, of course, we'll tell you. Yeah. And we actually have more information to share. Now we're getting very serious, like news anchor mode. There are a few anti-cheat updates that we need to mention, and some of you might have already had issues with that during the PTS. And yes, we know that right now Steam Deck can be affected, as well as Linux. So this is more of a warning. This is not something that PlayStation or Xbox players need to be worried about. But since we're implementing things that will help us secure a more stable and enjoyable experience for everyone, because of course our aim is to deal with cheaters once and for all, and we know that this is a recurring problem for this game. We just ask everyone to be patient about these small turbulences that might occur for some PC players during the release. This is also something that team is closely monitoring, and if you're going to have any issues aside from what's going to be described on Trello or in the patch notes, please share your feedback, and we'll make sure to also take a note for that and fix it as soon as possible. So yeah, more details are going to be available on Trello. I know the community team has already prepared communication about that, so you can be looking forward to this info to drop once we release the patch notes. And
I'm trying to be discreet, but I'm probably making ton of
people,
noise.
People probably heard. So this is
Hey, welcome chat. You're here with us now.
So finally, it's our time to answer questions. I'm just trying to make it. I don't know. Can you see? So there are a few pre-collected questions that I see the community team has prepared for us. I guess we'll start with gear. The provocateur exotic, is it in a general loot pool now? No, it remains exclusive to a climax mission. Mind you, of course, you can now the climax joins the legacy pool, so you can play the climax mission whenever you want. And the provocateur is going to be there, but it's not added to the general loot pool. Will Lexington return for those that didn't get it the first time around? So I cannot confirm it with certainty that that's going to happen tomorrow. No, but the team is discussing the ways to bring it back and have another round of distribution, so people who could not get it the first time will have a chance to also acquire it. But it's not in the general loot pool. Yeah. Will we get more loadout? Can we add specialization setup safe per loadout? Yeah, that would be great. That's on the list of quality of life improvements we'd like to do at some point. We just haven't had time yet to get it done, but yes, I agree. Get more loadout slots. Yes, I mean it's always the extra cherry on top of the cake when we add stash space. Then we also would like to add more loadouts. We haven't done it this time, but hopefully that's something we can do in the future. Any buff adjustments planned for Provocateur Exotic? Not that I know of. I hope I'm not saying something stupid now. Sometimes there are changes to the game that I forget or that I don't have visibility on, but I don't think so. Yeah, I also don't think I saw it in the notes. Anniversary shade backpack, is it a backpack or a backpack skin? No, it's a fully functional separate backpack. There is actually another version that is going to be available in store, also with the display of your shade level, but that's going to be a paid item. So in reality, there is a chance to acquire 2 backpacks that display the shade level. No. It's just one is going to be granted to everyone for free. No, let me correct that though. It's a skin. It's a skin. It's a skin you apply to your backpack. It's not an item. Okay, sorry. It's a good thing that we have a knowledgeable person here, right? And not just someone who can blabber whatever comes to her mind. It's not an equipment item, it's a skin. Is the extra stash space costly for the dev team? I don't know if that's the most interesting question, but I know we've said in the past multiple times that we wouldn't be able to do extra stash space because we cannot reach the ceiling in terms of how much we can add.
As you know, there's a whole history behind that, but we were prepared to extend storage space in general because we were considering adding an extra character slot at some point, which we didn't do. So with that in mind, we are pretty confident we can increase stash space, and that's why we're doing this. We've done a bunch of tests. Looks like we're not breaking anything. But feedback will be key here to see is there a point where actually it's starting to impact the experience in terms of whatever, like loading times and opening the inventory or the stash and latency in the stash and this kind of things. So as long as it works, we can keep adding, but it's not necessarily costly for us in terms of money, but it is it's something we need to very tightly monitor.
A backpack trophies coming back.
Our backpack trophies coming back. Well, we have new backpack trophies. I mean, we do backpack trophies. I mean, we used to do new backpack trophies with every season with the manhunt, and that's not something we do anymore, but we do have occasionally new backpack trophies. Do you guys plan on doing anything about character customization? What, as in adding more options, you mean? Or something else? No, I mean, there are things we have in mind that we want to explore, but we don't have anything concrete to announce at this point. Any chance of getting past season blueprints back? I know the question comes every stream, and every stream I say I will look into it. We are discussing it. There are discussions. We just need to find the right solutions for it. Plans to do specialization rework anytime soon? Not anytime soon. It's also something that's on the backlog of ideas and things we want to get to at some point, but it's not our highest priority at this point. Plans to have priority objectives progress shared in the group. Well, priority objectives, I don't know. I know that there's been feedback on, objectives in general to be group shared, like especially, kill-based objectives for like the seasonal journey and projects in general and whatever. And this is something we would like to eventually be able to tackle. It's not simple, which is why we were not able to do it, but we have discussed it, and hopefully we will be able to do that. Trying to see where we are in those notes.
Specialization. Is there a plan to do specialization rework anytime soon?
Yeah, I talked about it already. I said we don't have any plans soon to do that. It's something we'd like to get to at some point. Will there be a new mask or cosmetic reward for the season journey? Honestly, I don't remember where all the rewards we have and where they go, so I cannot answer that question. Will the pistols become automatic anytime soon as some rifles? No, we don't have plans to make pistols automatic at this point. Will we add more rooms to descent to give more variety on the runs? Maybe eventually. That's also not in the plans just right now, or nothing we're ready to talk about. But at some point it would be nice to revisit descent and expand it a bit.
Can you please add a one-touch button to open multiple apparel caches, please? It's also something that we had in plans.
That's also on our list of improvements that we want to do at some point. New conflict maps, new raids, nothing to announce at this point.
There's also was one here on top.
I see also new legendaries. Question in chat, also nothing to announce here.
Could we see some more of the rogue agent bundles back in the store, like Kajika and Keener bundles? I mean, our MTX team's probably watching the stream.
I mean, it's, but it's, things that have been, bundles that have been in the past are, can make a return. Those may come back. And we're, of course, constantly adding new ones as well. So it's a rotation. Will there be more apparel events? Well, we're not going to bring back apparel events the way they were, but we are exploring how can we create the right kind of events that are both a gameplay collection, fun thing to do, with also opportunities to generate some revenues for us. So we don't want to bring them back the way they were, because they were honestly not super interesting gameplay-wise. They were interesting because you could collect everything, but it was not necessarily fun gameplay. So we want to try to see how can we start with a fun gameplay proposition first, and then see how that can generate revenues as well.
But also some of the events that we talked about, April's 1st and Easter, there is going to be an opportunity to get new outfits. So might not necessarily be the same thing that players are used to, but there is still a chance to acquire new outfits for your agents. So, and I guess we're done with the list, and we can look at the chat.
Someone saying, "Yeah, just want money." Well, that's what keeps this game running. I'm sorry to tell you, but if you want to see more years of content, we need to generate revenues and be sustainable. So these kind of events and anything that allows us to keep going, it's the reason why we're still here.
So there was a question about crossplay. I don't even need to read it to know what it is about.
Still nothing to announce here either.
So questions about the DLC. Nothing is planned to be announced today, but as we promised in the PTS livestream, we're gonna get back with more information very soon. Actually, there is something that we planned for the anniversary, and hopefully that we'll see you there. And more info is coming, just be on the lookout.
True Patriot buff in this season at all? No, not this season. We'll get to it. We said we wanted to look at True Patriot, but it's not here yet. I've seen someone asking if there will be new hunters coming. I'm not gonna say anything. Like, it's not as if hunters announced they're coming early in advance, so we'll find out.
Provocator rework, but it's also something that you already mentioned in the stream.
Yeah, but we haven't made changes yet to it. Let's see. Can always look at it in the future. Sorry if I'm leaning here. I'm trying to I have my microphone right in front of chat here, so I just have to.
And it's I cannot really turn it, and I don't think yours probably also locked. But I saw a question about balancing changes, and actually the full list of balancing changes that are coming with this patch is going to be posted after the live stream. So check the patch notes for all the information. I know that there are tables with the values comparison are prepared there.
This chat is a bit insane. It's hard to read. Why ignore PvP questions? Well, we have PvP questions all the time, right? And we say there are moments where we are going to try to look at PvP. This update is not one of them, and I know that it's it's true more often than it's not. The fact that we haven't looked at PvP or made changes. But there are moments, with Project Resolve we made some changes, and I hope we'll get to look at PvP a bit more at some point. But this hasn't been our priority with this update.
Old Twitch drop items making a comeback. No, I don't think so. At least these are not the plans that I know about. This is definitely something we can discuss to maybe distribute them in a different way. But for the upcoming Twitch drops, we're going to have a completely new set of rewards. More Lexington.
Yeah, you want the Lexington gun again, huh? We talked about it.
Yeah, we're looking into ways to see how we can distribute it once again.
Yeah. Again, questions on crossplay and cross-save. I know people have very strong opinions about it. If it would be easy to do, we would have done it already. 6 years down the line, implementing something that's touching on character saves and presents even a very infinitesimal chance of messing up with your save is something we want to take very, very seriously. So it's not a trivial change, and that's why we are not able to tell you if we will ever manage to do it or not, because it's a very big change.
Can current master mission be replayed in the current season, in the new season? I think I lost the question, but I understand what this is about.
Yeah, once the mission enters the legacy pool, so when the season ends, the climax of the previous season becomes legacy, and you can replay it whenever you want. You can play the master version of that one as well. And the thing is that the modifier associated with that season will be available in that mission. So when you're going to enter season 3, if you want to play the climax of season 2, you can enable the modifier of season 2. You cannot go in the climax of season 2 with the modifier of season 3. So the climax will always be connected to the modifier of that very season. And you can play it in master if you want. And it's the same on master, just because I see a couple comments here on, like, I know that we got a bunch of mixed feedback on people liked it, some people didn't like it, some people found it too hard, too easy, too spongy. So keep the feedback coming. It's the first time we do a master difficulty mission. So obviously there's going to be a bunch of iterations, and hopefully every mastered mission we do is going to be better than the previous one. So just let us know how you would like to see that evolve, and let's see what we come up with for the next one.
So the new master difficulty end of the season, yes, it's going to be available with all the climax missions that come with seasons, and they are also going to be available in master. So the next one is coming once we are done with all the scouts.
Can you guys bring back the recruiter outfit? I think we've brought it back twice already. But yeah, don't worry. It will probably come back at some point, I'm sure. And new hunter outfits for sale? Yeah, probably. People tend to like those. Any more legendary missions? No, and as I said, we have nothing new to announce here. We don't have those plans. There's a lot of store questions, people. How come you're so comfortable talking about money? I thought that was a taboo.
And see, we are not even prepared to answer these questions because we were not anticipating them.
Like a spaceman outfit, and I've seen some questions earlier about people would like to see some stuff added to the store. I mean, that's great. Tell us what you would like to see.
Dinosaur outfit.
Dinosaur outfit, you've seen that one.
Not before the cat outfit.
Raids and incursions. Now, as I said, this we also have nothing to announce here. PvP news? No, unfortunately, no news for PvP. New anti-cheat update. Well, we talked about it. We are going to make changes to anti-cheat with this update, which means that actually for some people it might impact their experience, and we'll try to fix that as soon as possible. But the bottom line here is that yes, there is an update coming to the anti-cheat system, and from there we're going to keep also iterating and improving. So that should mean that we should have even better anti-cheat moving forward.
Yeah, and also from what I see in the notes, so it's going to be turned off upon the release itself. So tomorrow it won't be affecting you, but during the season we'll start turning it on slowly and steadily. So there might be some disconnections and crashes because of that during the season, but also the team is prepared to look at the feedback and help find solutions where possible.
Terminator skeletons or mechanical appendages. Let us go cyborg with cosmetics, please. Why no one answering questions about missed blueprints? I talked about it from previous seasons. I talked about it. I said every time, every live stream, the question comes, and I'm always unprepared for it. But it is. We have discussed it with the team, so it is. We're aware of it, and it's just a matter of putting the time and finding the right place to put them. Is the descent game mode abandoned? No, it's not abandoned. It's just, we need to prioritize. If I had unlimited resources and unlimited time, I would want to improve everything. But unfortunately, that's not the way it goes. So we need to try to prioritize things. And right now, it's not the time for descent. But there will be a time where we will be looking at it and improving it as well.
Year 1 pass for PC. From what I know, it's available for all the platforms.
Fix Umbra don't work sometimes. I'm not aware of this, but other people might be.
People asking if master can be made harder.
Well, you know, there's kind of a running joke with the team that when we try to build difficult content, like master difficulty, or when we did the incursion, we playtest it internally, and we do a playtest. And if we manage to go through it, we struggle to go through it, and we manage to go through it. And then very often the team is like, "Yeah, it feels quite hard." And my line is always like, "If we can beat it, it's not hard enough." Because I know most of you folks are better than us. So we've already tried to push this one to a point where even we could hardly beat it. And I was confident that some people would still not find it hard enough. And we need to find the right balance, because that's the point of master. It's not for everyone. We want something that is really a challenge for some of you that are the most advanced people out there. But we need to find a way to make that like in a fun way, right? So we can always just, boost the health and the damage of the NPCs, and we've done that already in this. But that can't be the only solution. So we need to find other ways to bring difficulty. It's not interesting if we're just artificially boosting NPCs and that's it. So there's only so much we can boost the NPCs before it starts becoming stupid. So I think that's where the difficulty debate needs to go, is like, what other ways do we have to bring a challenge and difficulty for people that are obviously super skilled at the game.
Yeah, people in the chat happy that Division 1 global events are back. So
finally,
yeah, it's actually something that we forgot to talk about, and yeah, we promised that it's going to happen in the last live stream. So thank you so much to the entire team who worked hard to make this happen, because it was not an easy feat, not an easy fix at all.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, and they didn't give up, so really shout out to them, because they could have easily discarded it, said, no, we can't do that. That's too much work, but they didn't. They kept at it, and it took a very long time, but we've been able to do that, and it's amazing. So I'm very excited for that.
Which actually serves as a proof that if sometimes we promise something, we can actually deliver. It just takes time for the team to figure out solutions sometimes. Yeah, it might not happen overnight, but it's still going to happen. It's better late than never, right?
Just shows how things can take time in game development. Classified gear? No. Get out of my stream.
No, there were people asking about snow and survival, so...
Get out too. True Patriot changes, I've addressed that already. I think we are starting to run around in a circle. No, we are not bringing changes with this update to True Patriot. We want to, and we'll get there, but not this time. Save and quit in descent, yeah, checkpoints and saves in descent. I know that's probably one of the most requested thing with descent. So that's as I said earlier, when we get to look at descent, that's obviously something we would like to investigate. But we didn't do it for good reasons. So changing that now might be very complicated.
There was a question if we can have the PTS on Steam. God knows we'd love to, but I don't know what's the status of it.
Yeah. Since someone asked if we could have the modifiers of this season again in the future, well, you will be able to get them in the climax mission, as I said. Like if you replay the climax mission of this season, you can replay those modifiers, but you are not able to take the modifiers with you anywhere else. So you will not be able to use those modifiers in any other place. Once the season ends, they're gone.
Have Hamish visit next stream. He is all the way in Australia.
New Zealand.
New Zealand? No. Yes? I mean, the problem is we cannot have him for the next stream anyway.
He's doing well, though. I've chatted with him recently.
That's nice.
Hi, Hamish. I miss you. People are like,
yeah,
who's Hamish?
one day...
There's less and less people who understand those references. New skills, yeah, that would be cool. Okay, I think, yeah. I think we've answered most questions, but we can answer. Trying to find a better way to look at chat.
Once again, one last question. Let's find something we haven't seen already.
The old descent collectibles, yeah, those are, or this is something that, yeah, we'd like to tackle as well to allow you to acquire those, because once they're out of the pool, then they're out of the pool, and there's no way to gain them again. So yeah, that's also on the list, something we'd like to do at some point. Stats with Yannick, yeah, would be fun to do that when I used to have time to actually go dig up stats. But yes,
I'm sure there's going to be something for the anniversary.
Yeah,
I mean, for the entire year.
More stats on some achievements in the game and what's been going on is it's always fun.
No, there are no plans to add Lexington to the loot pool.
Yeah, really wish that when playing Journey as a team, it counted for the team. Yes, I mentioned it earlier, but that's something we would like to change. It's just it's work, because it's not a trivial change. We need the Yannick 70s playlist for the anniversary.
He is not that old.
No, but yes, I do. I used to.
You do have a 70s playlist.
No, but I did have interesting music choices when we used to do the gameplay streams back in the days. I was not born in the 70s, though, just to be clear.
I was born in the 60s.
This could go one way or the other, not the 70s. Yannick, did you kill Yannick the Beard? No, still not, but mostly because I have not tried again. I've just accepted that he's better than me. He's the better Yannick.
He's your evil twin from the parallel universe. But while Yannick searches for some other questions to answer, let me summarize everything that we talked about and remind you about things that are coming to you tonight or tomorrow. So, of course, the release itself is scheduled for tomorrow, for 25th. Super excited about that. So after we're going to have the morning maintenance as usual, we'll see you in the game. And the patch notes with all the changes that we discussed about the new gear, about the Seasons 2.0 improvements, quality of life updates, everything is coming your way right after the stream. So be on the lookout for all these details, including the balancing. And of course, we will be happy to celebrate the 6th anniversary of Division 2 with all of you this March. There is some presents that we prepared. Twitch Drops campaign is going to be running from March 3rd and up until March 17th. And also the Shade Backpack that would allow you to showcase your Shade number for everyone to see. It's going to be updated in real time. It's going to be distributed in the middle of March, and more information about that is coming. Same thing for the events. There are going to be an array of different micro and global events during the season. So also be on the lookout for information about that, as well as the April Fool's event and Easter event. And I honestly don't know if we're going to have bunny ears. I just really hope we'll do, but that remains to be seen. So of course more info is going to be communicated soon. And next time we hope to see you sometime in March, in the middle of March, during the anniversary celebration, and that's where we'll be able to show a little bit more about the upcoming DLC Brooklyn. But we announced already. People know Battle for Brooklyn. That's the name of the new DLC. Yeah, we showed it. So do not look at me like that. Any questions you found?
I mean, no, there were a bunch, but yeah, I think people asking about legendary open world, that would be cool, but it's not something that's planned either. And yeah, that's the one I remember. But thank you, everyone.
Yes, thank you so much for attending today. Thank you, Yannick, for providing all the information and your sharing your wisdom and knowledge with us.
Thank you, Daria, for putting this million cards of notes together twice.
That I myself couldn't really arrange in the proper order.
I have a behind-the-scenes picture of the mess that you made on the floor, but luckily you don't see in this frame. So
Thank God. At least nothing was glued, upside down. So that's already an improvement, at least in my book. I'm very happy.
But yeah, thank you for watching, and yes.
See you.
Update tomorrow. Play the game.
Yes. Bye.
Bye, everyone. As a wise woman once said,
Say, Agent, you ready to see how far down the rabbit hole really goes?
and yes, you guessed it, this new season is all about exploring the ways of the rogues. Year 6 Season 3, Burden of Truth, introduces the new global modifier, Rogue Momentum.
It's all about skills, bending the rules, using dirty tactics, and engaging in high-risk, high-reward combat.
This season, we encourage you to be more hostile and use every trick in your arsenal to unlock powerful combat bonuses.
Rogue momentum can be accumulated by eliminating enemies. Standard kills, headshot kills, explosive kills, skill kills, anything goes.
Performing various skills will fill the Rogue Momentum gauge, which has 5 tiers that grant weapon and skill damage, movement speed, reload speed, and other bonuses.
Momentum depletes over time but can be temporarily paused when using pulse or sprinting. Random enemies can be marked as blacklist, and eliminating them will grant a substantial increase in momentum, as well as bonuses to weapon handling and critical hit chance.
Active and passive modifiers in Burden of Truth will also contribute to the main theme of the season, offering various perks such as instantly maxing out your rogue momentum and doubling momentum gain through skill kills.
To match your growing momentum, enemies will also become more ruthless and resilient. Frenzy, this season's hostile modifier, will feature increased rate of fire, movement speed, and rapid armor and health regeneration for enemies. Starting with Chapter 3 of the seasonal journey, frenzied hostiles will become more common and powerful as you progress through the season and grow in strength.
Year 6 Season 3 brings an array of exciting improvements to the seasonal journey. We are making modifiers the true star of this reworked experience, with season journey tasks now centered around modifier gameplay.
You'll gain access to modifiers earlier than before, allowing you to dive into the season experience right away.
Modifiers will now be earned through the seasonal journey progression instead of priority objectives. Plus, you'll unlock season XP bonuses for having modifiers equipped.
Additionally, season XP will be earned through all open world activities. For example, playing your favorite game modes will now contribute towards seasonal progression.
There's a few improvements coming to the priority objectives as well. Following your feedback, we're removing harder to find activities like elite convoys and territory control, and adding a new daily refill system that fills up your rerolls for free every 24 hours.
This allows you to have up to 3 rerolls in the priority objectives to find the activity that suits you.
Season 3 introduces one of the most anticipated quality of life updates, increased stash space.
50 additional slots will be added for Warlords of New York expansion owners, and 50 slots will be available for Year 1 pass holders.
The stash space obtained on standard characters will also be available to hardcore characters.
Building further on the skills theme to maximize the modifiers, Burden of Truth introduces Shiny Monkey Gear, a new brand set that provides skill efficiency, skill duration, and repair skills. A new gear set called Refractor will boost your skill damage and enhance status effects.
Season 3 brings 3 new exotic items. Exotic collectors can look forward to the new exotic SMG Oxpecker, exotic gloves Exodus, and an exotic backpack, Birdie's Quick Fix, exclusive to the Climax mission. The Oxpecker is a must-have item for all shield players, as it provides shield repairs and slows shield health loss.
The Exodus gloves feature the new talent Smokescreen, which allows you to drop a smoke bomb on armor break, concealing you from enemies in PvE and granting 100% pulse resistance in PvP. Birdie's Quick Fix comes with the Combat Medic talent, offering 50% damage resistance, 50% revive speed, and minus 50 weakened debuff time.
Players with the Season Pass can gain access to the following premium track rewards: 10 gear dies, 9 weapon skins, 2 outfits, 2 new prestige arm patches.
More than that, players can earn 600 premium credits by progressing through the Season Pass on the premium track. The free track will include 1 outfit and 1 weapon skin, allowing every agent to gear up and stand out in the streets of DC.
But that's not all. Throughout the season, you can look forward to a variety of in-game events. These will include familiar favorites like XP multipliers, along with a new spring project where you can earn new named weapons and other rewards. Additionally, there will be exciting new features like weapon stats and resource boosts. Similar to the last season's Expertise XP event, we're introducing more opportunities to earn extra XP through different game mechanics. For example, earn additional XP and Shepherd ranks by responding to distress calls from other agents, or participate in the Dark Zone XP event, where XP gained from the event will not be lost upon death, preventing you from losing ranks. You can also max out your clan or unlock the weekly Golden Clan cash faster with the Clan XP event.
March is Division Anniversary Celebration month, and this year we've prepared a few surprises you definitely won't want to miss. Stay tuned for our upcoming announcements, agents. We've got plenty in store for you.